the debt collector from the unseen. Rain lashed the streets of Old Delhi like a whip on stone, as Adil Khan stared through the broken window of his ancestral Haveli, a cigarette trembling between his fingers. His clothes smelled of sweat and loan notices. His inbox, voicemail, and doorstep had all become extensions of a single message: pay us now, or else. Once a charismatic financial consultant, Adil had built his empire on risky trades, shady investments, and interest-based credit schemes. He made millions, lost millions more, and borrowed from shadowy lenders when the banks refused. His once booming office was now reduced to this haunted wreck of a home, inherited from a grandfather he barely remembered, an old man who used to whisper, "Never feed your rizq from haram, Adil Beta, or you'll feed your soul to something far darker." That night, thunder crashed like judgment over the rooftops. The bulb flickered, then died. In the eerie silence, his phone vibrated with a notification. Transfer alert. 13 million Indian rupees deposited. From a sender labeled only as Rahim Financials. He blinked. He hadn't applied for any loans in weeks. He opened his banking app. The money was real. His heart beat faster. This was the exact amount he needed to pay off every last creditor. Adil laughed, crying at the same time. Finally, a break. But deep down, he felt it. That sickening churn in the stomach, the kind that warns you when something unnatural enters your life. The next morning, he received a single black envelope outside his door. It read in elegant Urdu calligraphy, "Your loan from Rahim Financials is due. Payment starts tonight at midnight. Installments will be collected in soul, not silver." He thought it was a prank, until midnight came. It began with whispers in the walls. Adil jerked awake to the sound of murmuring, like dozens of voices repeating financial terms: compound interest, non-zakat wealth, haram earnings, delayed salaries. His breath fogged in the air, though it was summer. The mirror fogged with a word: pay. He ran to the light switch. Nothing worked. Suddenly, from the far end of the hallway, he heard the rhythmic tap, tap, tap of metal hitting the floor. Like a cane, getting closer, a tall figure emerged, cloaked in a black robe stitched with what looked like financial ledgers. Instead of a face, it had a void, and within that void floated rupee notes, debt contracts, bounced checks, burning one by one. The figure pointed a long, bony finger at Adil. Your debt was not in dunya alone. It was in your soul's balance. You fed your family with usury, stole from your clients, and mocked the poor. Now your installments begin. Adil collapsed, screaming. The next morning, his neighbors found him unconscious with burn marks on his chest, shaped like currency symbols. Day by day, the hauntings grew worse. His food rotted before he touched it. He couldn't touch money without it bursting into flames. His reflection whispered to him, "You're already bankrupt and hereafter." Desperate, Adil went to a local imam, Maulana Tahir, a man known for helping victims of black magic and jinn possession. The imam listened silently, then said, "Son, what you are experiencing is not seer. It's hizb, reckoning, a worldly preview of your akira. The wealth you earned and the lives you destroyed through debt are coming for you. Allah is letting you taste your own sin." Adil wept. "What can I do?" Maulana Tahir looked into his eyes. "Make tawbah. Return every haram rupee you took. Start with the orphanage you defrauded." Adil's lips trembled. "That money's gone. It's all gone." The imam placed a trembling hand on his head. "Then give your soul in charity. Earn halal. Seek forgiveness until your tongue bleeds from daiquir." But Rahim Financials had other plans. That night, Adil found himself inside a strange courtroom in his dream. His limbs were chained. A terrifying judge made of smoke and fire presided. In the audience sat every person he'd cheated, clients, friends, even his own brother. One by one, they gave testimonies. "I lost my home. I lost my father's surgery. I turned to alcohol after his scheme ruined me." Then the judge roared, "You owe more than money." He was dragged across a flaming floor to a vault door labeled Akarati Maliyat, my hereafter's balance. Inside was empty darkness. He awoke screaming. Now fully broken, Adil did something unimaginable. He sold his only remaining car, gave the money to an old widow he had once manipulated out of her pension, and began walking every morning to a factory where he worked in manual labor, refusing all interest-based income. He started praying 5 times a day in a masjid, cleaning the floor with his hands. The imam noticed a change in his face, from arrogance to grief, and finally to hope. Every night, Adil would sit on his sajada, reciting, "My Lord, forgive me, have mercy on me, and accept my repentance. Indeed, you are the acceptor of repentance, the merciful." Months passed. The hauntings faded. One night, Adil felt a cold breeze through the room again. He opened his eyes and saw the cloaked figure standing silently near the window. It raised its hand, but instead of fire, it dropped a gold coin with the word "Qubal, accepted," inscribed. "Your final installment has been paid, not with wealth, but with regret." Then it vanished. Adil broke down in tears. He spent the rest of his life teaching poor youth ethical business, helping debt victims, and serving at a small masjid. No one knew the full story until he died, and in his pocket, they found that gold coin with Qubal etched in celestial script and a note that read, "If you cheat people out of wealth, the dunya will collect. If you cheat Allah out of obedience, the akhirah will collect. But if you repay both with true repentance, he may still forgive what no man would."